Number 3 for top ranked world heavyweight champion is the animal Batista. Batista. He had ranked 4 championship reigns as champion, combined days 507, the second most for days combined. And his notable feuds with Triple H, King Booker, The Undertaker, and Edge. So he first won his championship when he won the Royal Rumble, decided to face Triple H, turned on Evolution when he found out they was using him and talking crap about him behind his back. He won at WrestleMania 21, had the championship 282 days, won the longest single reign in history of that championship belt. Before he had to vacate the belt due to an injury by Mark Henry in January 2006, came back, had a good feud with King Booker, and he was able to recapture the World Heavyweight Championship from King Booker. I believe that's Survivor Series 2006. And he was also a member of SmackDown at this point, because when he was World Heavyweight Championship, the first run he was on Raw, but he got drafted to SmackDown while John Cena, the WWE champion, got drafted to Raw. Now, after the King Booker feud was over, he faced Undertaker at WrestleMania 23, where he lost. They had a good, very, very good rivalry. One of the best rivalries in the decade. They faced off at Backlash, last standing match. It was a draw. Then they had a steel cage match. Again, a draw. Um, he was finally able to defeat Undertaker at one point, but it was outside interference from Edge at Survivor Series, like I mentioned before, in a Hell in a Cell match. So him and Undertaker, as well as with Edge, had great rivalries. And of course, he had a great rivalry with Edge as well. He was never able to defeat Edge one-on-one while Edge was champion. It was all due to Edge sneaking away with a win or interference. However the case may be, they had a good rivalry nonetheless. Very, very good rivalry. So very, very good rivalry. So I can't really argue with how great of a champion Batista was. He's one of the guys that made this belt relevant, as well as others that made it relevant, like Undertaker and other champions like Triple H and Edge. But he's definitely one of my favorite world heavyweight champions. One thing with Batista was he wrestled late in his life. I believe he was already 30 when he was training to become a professional wrestler. And that explains why he had the plethora of injuries later on in his career. I think it's because his age. He was like Goldberg. He wrestled too late in his life. Well, than that, if he had wrestled when he was younger, he would have had a longer, lengthier career, similar to a Randy Orton or Cena. But I have Batista ranked at number 2. I'm sorry, number 3. Ranked at number 3 for the top ranked world heavyweight champions. So he's ranked for that one. Let's see who came into the ropes into the ring. We got BT. What's going on? I want to see Bobby Lashley hold that belt. He held a belt, just want that one. It was the ECW championship, but I get what you mean. I guess he want is like he is now. So, and Bobby Lashley had just started too. I believe at that time he was pretty new to the wrestling business, but at least he became WWE champion. So we're gonna move on to number 2. Number 2 for top ranked world heavyweight champions, and I mentioned his name already. Yes, the world heavyweight champion, one of the best world heavyweight champion, the rated R superstar Edge. He had 7 championship reigns, the most reigns in history. Combined days 411. Notable feuds is The Undertaker, Batista, Kane, Dolph Ziggler, John Cena. Now he started when he first won his belt off defeating The Undertaker due to the Money Bank cash in. As I stated before, had a great feud with Undertaker up to WrestleMania, SummerSlam, the one night stand like I explained earlier. Good feud with Batista. He had a good feud. He always defeated Batista, whether it was clean or whether it was outside interference. Good feud with Kane. And he was a babyface when he faced Kane. He wasn't a heel. and I think he won. That was his first championship that he won in the TLC 2010. He was a babyface. That was his first babyface run as champion. Also with Dolph Ziggler, he was a babyface then too, and he had a good back and forth with Dolph Ziggler. They faced off at the 600 episode of SmackDown. It's when he won for the final time, and as he was stripped of the belt using a spear by Vic Guerrero. And he also had a good feud with John Cena, as I also explained earlier, at WrestleMania 25, and had a good match at Backlash 2009. But he is my second most favorite top-ranked world heavyweight champion. I do like Edge with that belt. Now, before we do get to number one, we're going to have a couple of honorable mentions. One is Chris Benoit. One reign as World Heavyweight Champion, combined days 154. No feuds with Triple H, Kane, and Shawn Michaels. He won the championship first at WrestleMania 20 in a triple threat match against Shawn Michaels and Triple H, where he made Triple H tap out to the crippler crossface. He won the World Heavyweight Championship as a member of Raw, as he was originally on SmackDown. He won the Royal Rumble that year, and I think he was the first one to win the Royal Rumble and not compete for his same brand's championship. That's when he jumped ship from SmackDown to Raw. So he came from SmackDown to Raw and won the Raw's World Heavyweight Championship. Had a few feuds with Kane, Shawn Michaels. He even had another triple threat at Backlash 2004 with Shawn Michaels and Triple H again. This time, Shawn Michaels tapped out to Chris Benoit, but it was from a sharpshooter, not a crossface. His championship run is not in my top 10 because he was not the focal point of Monday Night Raw holding championship. The spotlight was still on Triple H, Evolution, and Shawn Michaels. It's not on him so much, and it kind of clouded his championship run. He was similar to when Chris Jericho won the WWE Championship. He was champion, but he was not the focal point of the program. It was other people. He got overshadowed. And the same can be said with Chris Benoit. Was overshadowed while he was the world heavyweight champion. Now, my second honorable mention is the Big Show. He had two reigns as champion, combined days 73. Noble feuds with Sheamus and Alberto Del Rio. This is when Big Show started to look like the Big Show from WCW, and when he first arrived in WWE. He defeated Mark Henry the first time for the belt. And Daniel Bryan cashed a contract. So that was a very short run. But the second run, he beat Sheamus. He hit him with the knockout punch and won the title. Very, very good run. Like I said, with so many good worldwide champions, couldn't add them on. And he lost the belt to Alberto Rio. Had a great feud with him. That was like the best I've seen Big Show in a long time. So I had to give him his props for that. He's my second honorable mention. And my third honorable mention is Mr. CM Punk. 3 championship reigns, combined days 160. His feuds definitely was most notably was Jeff Hardy. And he also had a feud with The Undertaker. Him and Jeff Hardy had an underrated feud in 2009 where he cashed in his money back contract on Jeff Hardy. And Jeff Hardy beat him for the belt. And then he beat Jeff Hardy. It was a very good feud between these guys. They were the best feuds. As I heard, they had backstage real life beef at the time. That's what made feud so interesting. And then he lost his last championship run to The Undertaker. And The Undertaker beat him at the first ever WWE pay-per-view Hell in a Cell 2009. And I heard he lost the belt because Undertaker told him he should be more professional. CM Punk said, whatever, I'm not listening to you. I don't need to do that. I dress however I want to dress, you know. And Undertaker, everyone knows, he's pretty much like a Ric Flair.
To be the man, you gotta beat the man.
He was the man in the locker room, top guy in the locker room, and he felt CM Punk disrespecting him. And Undertaker talked to Vince and got that belt stripped from CM Punk. But he is my third honorable mention for top ranked world heavyweight champion. But we do have one left. do have one more left. Let's see. Let's get to number 1. Let's see who that is. Yes, Triple H. The Game, the King of Kings, the Cerebral Assassin. How could you? That's my top ranked number 1. He was the inaugural World Heavyweight Champion, 5 reigns, second most reigns, combined days 616 most days. Notable feuds with Shawn Michaels, Goldberg, Randy Orton, and Batista. Triple H kicked off this World Heavyweight Champion. He caused so much heat when he was awarded this championship from Eric Bischoff, when the WWE Championship was going to stay on SmackDown, when Brock Lesnar was champion at the time. Great feuds with Shawn Michaels. You know, he lost the belt at Elimination Chamber. Shawn Michaels defeated him, and he won it back at Armageddon 2002. Good feud with Goldberg, where Goldberg put his career on the line against Triple H, Unforgiven. First, their feud started at SummerSlam, but I heard that Goldberg was supposed to win a SummerSlam, but he did not. It didn't happen that way, so they postponed Unforgiven. Very good feud with Goldberg, great chemistry. Of course, Randy Orton, he took the belt. He ended Randy Orton's first championship run at 28 days. And of course, Batista, the iconic rivalry between him and Batista, they faced off 3 times at WrestleMania Backlash and that Armageddon 2005 Hell in a Cell classic match. One of my favorite Hell in a Cell matches. When he made this belt what it is, now I will admit it was hard between him and Edge for number 1 spot. Him and Edge could have easily been number 1. Triple H, inaugural champion, most days. Edge, most reigns. So it was pretty much neck and neck. So I gotta give Troy's props. He still did his thing. I'm gonna give props to Edge too.
Because I am that damn good.
He is that damn good.
And I'm awesome!
Yeah, both of those guys are amazing. Triple H and Edge, they're 2 of the best World Heavyweight Champions. Of course, after that, you got Batista, you got The Undertaker, but that was a hard pick. I like Triple H a lot, but I like Edge a lot too. You know, I know some people don't like why he picked Triple H. Triple H, he kicked it off. He made that championship relevant. I will give Edge credit. He brought relevance back to the World Heavyweight Championship. He brought the prestige back, but Triple H kept that prestige there. He had it on Monday Night Raw, the premier show. Edge was the champion, but like I said, he had to bring prestige back. And he was on SmackDown, the second tier show. Triple H was on Raw. There's no way around that. He made that belt what it is. He was with Evolution. Politically correct, I had to give Triple H. But Edge was a very close second. Very close second. Very close second. Yeah, I know, BT, boo. I know you're not a big Triple H guy. I like Edge and Triple H. That was a tough decision for me to make. I like Edge Wedge. That's why I put him at number 2. You know, it was great. But yeah, that was good. Those are my top picks. Over on Rumble, if you guys still watching, please hit like, subscribe while you're over there. I don't know how many likes we got here. Check. We need to get the likes up a little bit. We're gonna cross that bridge pretty soon. So with this, we're gonna talk about the decline and demise of the World Heavyweight Championship and the stuff behind it. I got some stories for you guys. I got some backstage stuff you would never think of. What causes World Championship to go down. And there's stories behind it. It's a little petty stuff actually, but we are going to close it here. Now, before I do go, there will be 2 videos that pop up on here for random red carpet ring content. Please click those, like, subscribe, and check out more of the content. Plenty more live streams, predictions, recaps. But it's OUT for now. And we will cross over that bridge. Maybe in the next 15, 20 minutes, we're going to head over to Toxic Ring.